Oh man, yeah, that's a good movie, man. 49ers best defense in the league? Yes, no.
Looking like it.
I mean, I still think it's the Jets.
Top
I think
two.
the Jets got the best defense in the league, but 49ers is the best team.
Top three, because
I think 49ers defense is the most complete defense. I think where the Jets are pretty decent everywhere, I think the 49ers front seven is better. I think their secondary is decent where the Jets have a more decent secondary. So
yeah, 49ers get pressure on the edge with Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jets get a push and up the center with Big Williams. I forget his name. Quentin
Williams. Bless you.
Yeah, they get it up the middle. I don't know if their edge rushers are nowhere near as good as Bosa, and that's where the sacks come from. Now you can get some pressures and you can get some sacks from your big defensive tackle, but he ain't gonna get in there as fast as somebody like Bosa.
I think Quentin actually got one or two.
I don't know.
He did.
I think there's a defensive tackle who is gonna get a lot of sacks this year. I don't know where he plays, but I think
I know exactly who you're talking about, man. Aaron Donald. Yep.
No, that's not who he's talking about.
I know who he's
one. That is one.
Yeah, I know who he's talking about though. But I'm just messing with Jay, man. I'm just messing with Jay.
Some guy who was holding out for a little while, huh?
Held out for some pocket change.
I mean, some might call it a holdout. Yo, this man held out for incentives. Like
the running backs did too.
They hold out, man.
Man, it don't make no sense to hold out.
Why are we holding out for nothing?
That man held out for rest. He didn't hold out for no money because he didn't. He couldn't. You can't tell me he held out for money. That man held out for rest, man.
He was tired.
That man.
I wasn't ready week one, but I'm ready now.
He knew he was gonna pop on that daggone test and was like, "I'm holding out until I get all this out my system." That's all that was, man.
I'm not mad at it. Now that you think about, you know what? Save the suspension.
Pay the fine, walk away.
One week is better than 6.
Exactly.
Listen, pay the fine, make it back.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. That man came back.
Niners though, man. Defense crazy. Brock Purdy though. Didn't expect him to look as good as he did coming off of Tommy John surgery, and he was zipping that ball around like he'd been doing this. I was very impressed with that.
Hey, is Chris Jones, Chandler Jones' brother? That's Bones Jones' brother.
Yes. No.
One used to play for the Patriots.
It's Chandler Jones and Arthur Jones. Those are his brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. When I found out that it was a family of champions, I was like, oh shit.
I'll say this about Brock Purdy. The way he's playing, he's trying to get his own movie and his own 30 for 30. Like,
he'll get it.
This dude is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he doing some Kurt Warner stuff, man.
He the new Kurt Warner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he doing some Kurt Warner stuff, man. I got to give it to him. Speaking of quarterbacks, there's own miraculous comebacks, man. The Browns and Bengals game. I picked the Bengals to win that game. I thought they had that all the way.
Me too.
And Deshaun Watson didn't come out there and look phenomenal, but he won the game, man. He got in the end zone and he ran the ball for 45 yards, and he threw it a little bit, and he looked better than he did last year, in my opinion.
He did what he had to do to win at the end of the day.
What's old buddy name? Stefanski, Kevin Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He picked Cincinnati too. Like everybody did.
Yeah, I had Cincinnati too, and I was hurt. I didn't expect the Bengals to pick them games laid out like that.
And pick them games like that where everybody had the same thing. I don't mind losing that one because you don't lose position.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna win my pick'em league this year, man. But yeah, that Browns game,
What
that pass
pick'em
rush
league?
was good. The one we in, the Browns defense. Is it as good as the Eagles, the Cowboys, the 49ers? I mean, it looked good, and the Bengals supposed to have a real good offense. So, is the Browns defense legit too?
I wouldn't go
No.
as far as to say top 5 like the other ones that you named, and I wouldn't even give them all the credit. I think just because of Burrow's preseason injury, I don't even think the whole playbook was accessible for Cincinnati. I think they just kind of felt like because it was Cleveland, same old Cleveland, they probably could have just mailed it in, and it was just reps to get Joe Burrow back into game speed. The defense is good, but can't put them up there with the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Eagles quite yet.
I don't know. It's got to be 5, and Niners, Cowboys, and Eagles is only 3. What are the other 2 at?
I still wouldn't put the Browns up there. Oh, Jets. Jets is
Okay. Jets that's 4. Who's 5?
That's 4.
I might sound a little biased, man, but I'll put Detroit number 5. I'll put Detroit number 5. Take away the holding calls, and what does that D line do? Or take away the non-holding calls, and what does that D line do?
Hey, Hutch was getting in there though.
Nothing.
Hutch was back there every single time. So
Nothing.
I'll give you
And them Walmart receivers was getting locked up like shop thieves.
I didn't get on.
Oh
for
my
the,
God! It was
No, Kadarius Toney was just dropping everything.
Listen.
He was dropping everything.
That wasn't Tony fault. That wasn't Tony fault.
Mel just started shit.
I'm not about to let y'all put that on Tony.
I mean,
Nah,
if
It
you,
was not, it was
Oh
not
no,
on
it was
Tony.
Tony fault.
Mel.
No, what? Not that dude. You told me was what that you and Zoe told me last week was it. No, it wasn't. No, I'm not about to blame it on Tony. It's somebody else's fault.
Is that a
Y'all
receipt,
fault.
Mel?
No, he is him.
Is that a receipt? Is that a receipt?
Yeah, him, Tony.
Hold on.
Nah, not him, Tony.
No,
Nah,
listen.
no, not him, Tony. I
First of
refuse.
all,
Nope.
Tony dropped 3 passes. You'll never see that again in your life. Rasheed
dropped
Rice,
2.
the dude I told y'all to be on the
One of
lookout
them
for.
was on Mahomes. One of them was on Mahomes.
He dropped 3.
No, he dropped
He
3.
dropped 3.
He dropped 3. The
fourth
fourth
one
one
was
was
on
on Mahomes.
Well, 2 was on Mahomes then. Only 2 was on Tony.
No. So the other thing, Rasheed Rice got in the end zone as a rookie. Like I told you, I watched number 4. Listen, again, week 1, you got to work the kinks out. Old buddy didn't play none in the this nigga, this man hurt his meniscus, tore his meniscus.
Good catch. Ooh, continue what you say, Jay.
I can't even make the point no more, yo.
Look at Zoe's arm in the football. I thought them was cheeks right there.
Oh, man.
I was like,
This man tore his meniscus. He tore his meniscus on the way to practice, and before the first practice of training camp.
Jay,
Like
is the meniscus
doing extra.
is the meniscus in your hands?
Nah, it's in your knees. It's in your knees, man. But he didn't play. He did. That man was out there, and then once you drop 1, you start getting in your head, man. I can't drop another. And then once you drop the second one, they just will never throw to you again that night, you know. But Pat kept giving them chances, man, and you know what happens. But either way, like I said, Detroit defense is not top 5.
I wouldn't put Detroit up there.
I would say
I'm going with Cleveland.
So honestly, I don't know if it's going to last the whole season, but from what I've seen this past week, right now, if we had to do a top 5 defense right now, I'd put the Rams in there.
I gotta go back and check the Rams out.
I'm
gotta
not,
go-
mad, I'm not mad at it. It was what 31-13 or 31-14 over the Seahawks. They was able to rein them in the second. I think they blanked them in the second half.
Yeah, they blanked them.
They shut them out in the second half. Aaron Donald.
Did y'all see that play where Gino threw the ball to absolutely nobody because Aaron Donald was on the way?
Did you hear the clip? Did you hear the clip? They had him mic'd up.
He screamed.
He's like, "Oh my god!"
He screamed. He was terrified. He seen 99 coming.
Aaron Donald, he did kind of like a head, so he let the other lineman take the double team, and he cut behind and ran up the middle unblocked.
and
Gino was like, "Oh my god!"
I ain't mad at Gino.
Gino's a smart guy. He's a smart guy.
That's the funniest clip from week 1, man, hands down.